Let's go through an example where we remove one of the fields from our user object. As a reminder, our user object has both a name and an age, and there may be situations where you want to pass through only some of the information, possibly due to security reasons, where you don't want your consumer to have access to all the fields on your object. If we take a look at our consumer, we're still using the user object, which would expect there to be both fields, name and age. And then we're going to print out the name and the age after it's passed through pfSQL. Now, I found that for a plain old Java object, this isn't a problem, where receiving a message from a topic where the schema is missing the age doesn't cause any issues. However, with AVRO, if it's a full AVRO object defined by the AVSC file, I have to allow it to be nullable. I found that I have to change the type to have null explicitly listed first in the type, along with int, and then we set a default of null. And then this lets the consumer be able to consume a user object from the topic that only has the name field available. I'm going to now go ahead and in terminal, we're going to run maven install to update all the other files in my project that use the user.avsc file, so it now understands that this can be nulled. Before we produce and consume any messages, let's head on over to the UI to submit our pfSQL query. Here in the UI, I'll go ahead and click New, and we'll call this remove age. And we'll just make this my description with the service account. And I'll go ahead and paste in my query where I'm selecting the name field. Instead of select star, I'm selecting the name field from the messages from the full input topic. We go ahead and deploy this. Then we'll head back to IntelliJ and publish some sample messages. Back here in IntelliJ, I'm going to go ahead and publish these 3 messages to my full input topic. And then we'll go to the consumer, and I'm going to print to the screen the name, the age, and also the key and the property, even though those aren't being used right now. And we should see that all 3 messages get passed through, but only the name made it through, not the age. So here I can see name is Greg, but the age is null. And because I was using a full AVRO object defined in the AVSC file, I had to make the age nullable, whereas I didn't seem to have that same problem when I was using a plain old Java object.